In this training, we're going to take a look at how you can write and edit inside of Smart Docs. We'll look at a few different options that will make working within that Smart Doc easier for you. So if that's of interest, stick around and let's get into it. Let's hop right on into my screen where I already have a Smart Doc set up. Now, of course, it's important to note that a Smart Doc is a field, so you first have to access the application and, of course, the solution where this Smart Doc field already lives. If you don't already have one, then you can go ahead and add a Smart Doc field to any application where you require it. Now, once you have that element in place, as I do here, now the first thing I want to point out is that you can hover over any particular cell inside of this Smart Doc, so highlight any record in particular and make that selection. And once you're there, you have the ability to go ahead and expand this Smart Doc. Just pop it up and open it up in front of you so that you can really dive into that Smart Doc. This is probably the easiest way to start editing inside of that doc. Now, your other choice, of course, while you're hovered over it, if you've selected it, is to hold down Shift and hit Spacebar on your keyboard. That will have the same effect of expanding that doc so that you can dive into it. Now, another way that you might get into here, you might, in fact, start at the record. So I could be looking at this particular record in automatic reminders. So, of course, when I do this, I hit spacebar or I expand that record, and I have full vision of everything happening inside that record. Well, from here, I can find that Smart Doc, right? That Smart Doc element exists inside of that record. And I have some options here as well. I can click expand from here, which is going to open up just that portion of it, just that Smart Doc itself. Again, allowing me to dive deeper into the Smart Doc. I can also collapse that back down. And from the action menu here, of course, I have my standard settings where I can modify the field settings, duplicate the field, etc. Now, some other things to point out here. Yes, we can start typing inside of the Smart Doc, write whatever you want to write. I personally prefer to be in the other expanded view that I was sharing with you earlier. And so I'm going to go ahead and pop out here, save my changes, of course. Anything I do inside of that document or inside of that record, I always need to save. But here I want to actually expand this part. And the reason for that is I prefer this little toolbar that pops up here when I'm accessing this particular portion of the Smart Doc, or rather I should say accessing the Smart Doc from this way. The toolbar, of course, gives me all editing capability just at my fingertips if I want to add different elements like a checklist, numbered list, etc. If I want to change the text color, highlight information, all of the different options for the most part are listed up here. But something else to point out is that if I start a new line inside of my Smart Doc, I get the opportunity to start with some commands. And I get that by hitting slash on the keyboard. And once I've done that, all of these commands are going to open up. I get the option to insert emojis, mention a person/team, link to a record, insert an image, etc. So these are all more advanced things that I can do inside of this Smart Doc, inserting tables, callouts, etc. We're going to be going into all of these different elements one at a time in additional videos. So if you want to do a deeper dive on any one of these different commands that we can offer, be sure to check that out as well. So as you see, there's a lot you can do inside of the Smart Doc. Of course, if you want to make any edits, you can always go back and re-access a document that's already been changed. So here, if I want to drill into this one, I could pop it back open. Here I have a nice table of contents, some information all over the place. If I want to change a price, editing is as simple as you would expect. You just go in, highlight the information you want to replace, make a change, and don't forget to save. Of course, it's important to point out that we have to save every time we leave that Smart Doc, but there it is, a beautiful document right inside of your Smart Suite record, and it can exist for every single record that you have in that application. I know we went fast in this video, so please feel free to go back and rewatch anything that you might have missed the first time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. If you have any questions about what we covered in this training, please ask them below in the comments section of this video. And until then, we'll see you in the next training.